do not at all waste time, because having a future also costs. Your expenses are going to go up. If you're spending 100,000 shillings today on rent, food, fuel, transport, entertainment, in 10 years, because of inflation, this annoying thing called inflation, for the same way of life, you will have to come up with 400,000 shillings. So meaning in 10 years, you should have a job paying you 400,000 shillings, or you have investments that are giving you 400,000 shillings. If you don't have it, it means that, okay, I used to eat meat 3 times a week. Now I'm going to eat meat once a week. I used to live in this kind of place. Now I can't live in that kind of place. Yeah. But it's just, I wanted to give you a wake up call, because it's just about don't waste time. When people say time is money, for us, it's literally that. Time is money. Time is money. And to be able to get to where we want to go, we do have to take risks. Sitting with money under the mattress is not an option. Sitting in money in accounts that are not earning any interest is not an option. So it's just not about accumulating cash. It's about making that, and Michael is going to go through this, making that money actually work for you properly. And then avoiding, which comes to my second point, the rat race. And this is the rat race, okay? And it's called a rat race because a rat can never catch its tail. It's chasing the wind. A rat never catches its tail, yeah? So we are chasing things that we're never going to catch. And that distracts us from what I've brought in, using time, using our resourcing, using our ideas, using our creativity, using our networks for the right thing. So we get into this frame of mind of work harder. We always think happiness is just around the corner. Everything you are saying, fulfillment, contentment, peace is just around the corner. Let's work harder, yeah? Then we do earn more money. Some of you sitting here, if I asked you 5 years ago, were you earning more money? Yes. Are you more happier? Are you more fulfilled? Are you more content? Are you more at peace? The answer probably is no, because this is the world. The world always throws messages at us about how to be happier. You have your phone. And then what does iPhone do? Come up with, I can't keep track of what they are now called, yeah? The newer model, yeah? I had the latest car. Who comes in? My cousin who has bought the even latest car. I moved to a new neighborhood. Then my friend tells me they moved to even a bigger neighborhood. So, I mean, guys, when does it stop, yeah? I go home and my mother tells me who the neighbor's son built for her, what in her house. When does it stop, yeah? So we work harder, we earn more money, we accumulate more things. And do those things make us happy? No. So what do we keep doing? Keep going. We keep chasing. And what the information that is put in front of us is a lie most of the time. His BMW made him happier. His Range Rover made him happier. We just see the posters, we see Instagram, and people are looking happy. They went to Dubai, and then you're starting to think, is something wrong with me? So we've got to start looking at, if it's not making me happier, and I'm doing this, the worst thing is to keep, madness is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So we have to change our focus and understand what brings fulfillment, wealth, peace, freedom. It's interesting, that's what people were talking about. People didn't talk about bigger phones and bigger cars and that. If it's being financially secure, what does that actually mean? Having the latest iPhone is not financial security. It's not a bad thing to have it, but it also could be keeping you in this rat race. So go and investigate your life and say, what is keeping me here actually? And again, I took this saying from somewhere, because what do you want? Whether you have a Maruti or a BMW, the road remains the same. So even if you have a BMW, nothing wrong with it, but you're still on the same road with the borders. It's still the same road, yeah? Whether you travel economy class or business, your destination doesn't change. Whether you have a Titan watch or a Rolex, the time is still the same. You didn't get an extra 1 hour because you bought a Rolex, yeah? Whether you have an Apple phone, a Samsung, Mulika Mwizi, the people who call you remain the same. Nobody has ever called me and said, oh, Waceke, just from your voice, I sense you have a new phone. No, the people who call me remain the same. So guys, there's nothing wrong in dreaming a luxurious life. There's nothing wrong with all these things, but we have to be careful that they don't overtake the more important agenda. In other words, what needs to be taken care of is to not let the need become greed, because need can always be met. Fulfillment can be met. Peace can be met. But if you think your sense of value or sense of worth is coming from these external things, there'll always be a bigger one, a bigger house, a bigger phone, a bigger salary. Yeah. We St. Autonomy, we deal with people, and we understood it's not always earning more that solves people's problems. Actually, rarely does it. It's first looking at what am I doing with what I have. So we want to take you from, and what St. Autonomy does in various ways. We don't want you just to survive. We don't want you, and why we are here partnering with NCBA, we don't want you just to survive. Yeah, we want you to become wealth creators. Yeah, sustainable income. And that is all the things you guys were talking about. All those things you said are part of wealth creation. Yeah, but to do that, you have to make something the master. Two masters cannot work together. Is wealth creation the master, or is consumption the master? You have to decide. Yeah. And unfortunately, wealth creation doesn't look as flashy as consumption. So the traps that keep you in the rat race are this: the consumption trap. You spend more as you earn more. You spend and save a little, if you save at all. Your instinct is to work and consume. And the consumption gets so high that we even take debts to continue consuming, even when we can't afford it. Yeah. You're working for a lifestyle. You have to work to eat. Your lifestyle can look or be very flashy, but when you don't have that money, it reduces. You become careless about time and how you spend money in that time, and your spending is driven by other people's opinions. Whilst, as a wealth creator, this is the mindset that you have to enter. You invest more as you earn more. So if I give you an extra 10,000 shillings, you don't immediately go to, how do I spend the 10,000 shillings? There's so many avenues to spend the 10,000 shillings. You start saying, hiya, I can open a savings account at NCBA. Hiya, I can invest in unit trust. I can do this. I can buy a goat and I can buy chickens. That is how a wealth creator thinks. Yeah. You're interested in multiplication. Yeah. So how does my 10 become 20 and 20 become 30? Because you've understood that calculation I gave you, you have to understand the power of multiplication. Yeah, it's multiplying your sources of income. Your instinct is to increase. You're working to create assets in different ways, assets that ultimately can fund your lifestyle. So if your lifestyle is 50,000 shillings, along the way, you will have your investments that can give you 50,000 shillings a month, even if you're not working. Yeah. Your lifestyle will start off very modest, and this is where extreme willpower and discipline are called for. Your friends will be doing all sorts of flashy things, but you will be very modest simply because you have understood the bigger picture, because you came for the NCBS autonomy session. Yeah, simply because you have understood the big picture. So you can start off modest, but it's about extracting yourself from that trap of what do other people think. Yeah. You understand the value of time, and it's not that you don't spend, but your spending is now not about other people's opinions. It's driven by personal values and choices. Like me, if your values are to go on holiday, then stop eating lunch, go on holiday. If your values are to own properly, stop doing some things and do the land. If your values are around family, so whatever because that is what will bring you the true fulfillment, not the latest things. Yeah. So you can have your phone, but you're not buying a phone and compromising on what your values actually are. And in my book, Making Sense, I have written a book that is available in several bookshops and through St. Autonomy as well. I always quote, money is a tool for life, but it is not the life. And the reason I say that even if I give you 1 million shillings today and your mindset has not changed, you will want 5 million. That's why people who win gambling money get broke very quickly, because the core issues that led them to gamble in the first place have not been addressed. Yeah. So if I give you 5 million, what will you want? 10. If I give you 10 million, you'll want 20. So understand, it's not money. Money is a tool for life, but it is not the life. It is your job to define the life. And this is me. I put this photo up just to emphasize that point. This is me. I am an advanced scuba diver. That is one thing a lot of people don't know about me. Yeah. But I put it up so you can have a visual representation of this is your life. Take charge of it. Give yourself permission to ask yourself, what do I want? Yes, me, I want things up for my kids, an education for my kids. Yes, I want things for my family. I want to do a lot of things with my team. I want to do a lot of things with my business. But guess what? I also scuba dive. Yeah. So in this life, which you get one of, yeah, you only get one. All those things, we've got to do things. But have you taken time to figure out what do you actually want?